Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing the reading text tag. I was tagged by Josh over at Already Overbooked, so thank you Josh for tagging me. I haven't done a tag in a while, so I guess I'm overdue for one. This tag was originally created by Kevin Toll Reads, so I will link both of those channels down in the description box below so you can go check those two gentlemen's channels out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the questions for the reading text tag. Question one is, do I read at a particular time of day? So if we're talking about physically reading, then I read at night, usually after I'm home from work, from the gym, dinner's done, everything's cleaned up, which is usually between 6 and 9 p.m. However, when I'm driving to and from work, I do tend to listen to my audiobook. Question two is, do you prefer to read while you're wearing your everyday work clothes or your lounge clothes? And that's a no-brainer for me. Who wants to sit around their house wearing uncomfortable work slacks? As soon as I am home from work, from the gym, etc., I'm wearing sweatpants or leggings. In fact, I'm wearing leggings right now because I want to be comfortable at home. So I definitely change into those lounge clothes ASAP. Question three is, what is my favorite reading spot? So normally it is actually up here in my library. I do have a reading chair over to my left, and right now my cat is sleeping on it. And normally I enjoy reading up here and being around my books, but I don't want to hold myself up in my reading room. So if my husband's home, then I'm downstairs in the living room with him. While he is doing something, I'll be sitting there reading. But if he's not home, then I'm upstairs in my library. Question four is, do I snack while I read? And I actually don't usually snack while I read. I feel like I would consume a lot of empty calories and gain a lot of weight if I ate while I was reading all the time. Question five is, do you or have you ever peeked at the end of a book to see what happens, or do you avoid doing that at all costs? I can't say I've ever peeked at the end of a book before, but I have peeked at the end of a chapter multiple times. And every single time I do that, I berate myself and I'm like, why did I do that? I just spoiled everything and there's no point in continuing this chapter. So then I got to go back and like read all of the events that led up to that spoiler at the end of the chapter, which is completely counterproductive. And I really need to stop doing that. Question six, do you prefer first or third person point of view? I really don't care. It really depends on the type of story that the author is trying to tell, and that's a creative liberty that the author can take. I enjoy stories in both formats. I feel like multi-point of view works better with big epic fantasies. However, I have read awesome fantasy books that are first person point of view, such as Covenant of Steel, Raven's Mark, Realm of the Elderlings. So I don't want to limit fantasy to a certain point of view because both can work depending on the author's talents and creativity. Question seven is, do you read like the author's dedications, author's notes, anything like that that's not the actual text of the book? I will say I don't do it for every book, but I do often read them, and there actually can be some interesting tidbits of information in the author notes, etc. For example, I read, what was it, Thirsty Ground by Kimber St. Lawrence, and if I hadn't read the author's note, then I wouldn't have seen like her motivation behind writing this story. She talks about how her husband was involved in motocross, had a horrible accident, and it left him a paraplegic. And that actually helped motivate her to write the type of story that she did. And I just found that incredibly inspirational and motivational that she would do that. So I feel like the author's notes and all of those little extras in the books can really add some value to the story. Question eight is, do I have a favorite reading beverage? And I do like a good iced coffee. So I make it myself. I often buy the Starbucks iced cold brew concentrate, and I will mix that obviously with water and then a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and then I make my own syrup with water, vanilla, and sugar, and then I just mix it all together, and it is better than any type of ice cold brew that you can get from Starbucks at the store. So I do tend to enjoy drinking one of those while I'm reading. Question nine is, how do you decide what to read next? So my TBR is just very loose plans about what I might want to read, and then depending on where I am in my moods, I might pick up that thing if it matches my mood, if that makes sense. So my TBRs are something that I don't follow to a T, but I do tend to read one or two of the books that I do put on my TBR depending on the month and what's going on with me, etc. Hey guys, if you are enjoying this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as well as giving this video a like to throw my channel a little bit of support. Also, please consider joining my Discord. This is something that I have revamped recently to kind of encourage bookish conversations. Also, I recently started a YouTube community membership. I have been thinking about ways to deepen my relationships with my viewers, to get to know you guys better, and just to connect in different ways with y'all, because you have no idea how much I appreciate you watching and your interactions with me and leaving comments. So if you are interested in joining my YouTube membership, then that link is in the description box as well. And prompt 4 is to tag others. And if you guys are watching this video and you are interested in doing this tag, then please go ahead. I tag you. I will put the prompts in the description box below so you can go ahead and answer them. And please consider checking out Kevin Toll Reads and Already Overbooked and watching their tags, since they were so kind enough to, number 1, create this tag, and number 2, tag me in it. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye.